I'd like to talk to you about my favourite spiritual book of all time, which is the Interior Castles by St Teresa of Avila. First of all, she's a doctor of the church, which means it's pure Catholic theology. It's a safe home. It's a finger of the church resting on her shoulders. She set up her own religious order, the Carmelites, and she's a great spiritual mistress. It's very clear. She was a very human person with a very good sense of humour, very easy to relate to, a very kind, gentle, humorous person, but above all, considering all she did and all she achieved, a very humble person indeed. And that's the secret to her own prayer life, that she was humble, that it wasn't all about St Teresa, it was all about God had an opening to come in. I discovered this book in a religious library when I was on retreat when I was just 15-year-old, and I was immediately taken by it. If I could put into practice what St Teresa talked about, then I could become a saint within 6 months. I planned to become a saint by Christmas, or at the most by the following Easter. That didn't work out too well. But I would say this is a textbook for anyone that has a real desire to be a saint. And one French writer wrote, "The only failure in life is not to be a saint." Why, it's a roadmap towards heaven. And I find it very applicable to my own spiritual life, to help to understand the ways of grace in my soul. It's a very modern feel to it, in breaking things down into these stages. It goes with her modern way of thought. St Teresa talks about 7 stages of prayer. You never really understand the stages that are ahead. At times in my life when I really struggled in prayer, especially in the dark night, St Teresa was a great light to me. She gave me hope. She described things perfectly that were happening, and I realised then that I wasn't alone, that somebody had walked the dark paths of light before me. She was a friend, and an ordinary working lay person, it's more difficult, and in this St Teresa was great help. St Teresa herself emphasises the importance of having a spiritual director, which may sound simple, but a good spiritual director is not easy to find. Fortunately in my own life I had a spiritual director from I was 15-year-old until maybe 20 or more years, until he died of cancer. What matters is we love us. St John the Cross says at the end of our life we will be judged on love. Progress in love is progress in prayer. As my spiritual director used to say, it's a marathon, it's not a sprint. It's not going to happen all that sudden, but it's all more joyful. It's the greatest adventure that man can take. And reading the book of St Teresa of Avila, you can see that. So she enjoyed the adventure, and she was so well able to convey that excitement and joy to other people. She has had thousands and thousands of spiritual children down the years, great saints, men and women, who followed her path and walked alongside her. And I pray we may do the same, walk alongside her through the 7 mansions of prayer.